Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. All right, guys, let's talk Houston. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Dropping back, it's Fry. Pocket breaking down. He's got the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They want to throw it. Quarterback now breaking the field. Complete to the left. There he goes. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. Really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
On third and short, they keep it on the ground here.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
Running back searching for a hole. Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Houston.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. Let's see what he can do with the return. He leaves it with his back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They feed him again. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season, and these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He'll try to do it himself. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
It just must be so nice to be such a good athlete and to realize 4th down, I want to pass the football, nobody open, I got this. I can take off, I trust myself, and he gets the first down. And these are the ones that just frustrate, annoy defenses.
Breaks into the open. Excellent job walking through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Right on the money. The Huskies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
You know, I know that wasn't a big gainer, but that's going to set some stuff up later for this offense. Trying to run the football and get it established is huge because play-action pass is a big part of what they try to do when they're throwing the ball.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Finds the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Dances away. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Washington. The offense cashing it in on that drive. If he doesn't get you with his arm, he'll get you with his legs, or he might get you with both of them.
It stinks, man. Having to defend a guy like this that just, you think you're going to get him in the pocket. You got to play the first play where he might be throwing the ball from the pocket, and then he scrambles, and now you're defending the run and the throw down the field. It's kind of like rush hour back in the day. Which one of y'all kicked me?
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. A 69-yard touchdown drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To throw, it's Fry. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Well, with his speed, they're going to keep blitzing him over and over because you'll get results like that right there. Kind of reminds you of Joe Kelly, a great linebacker at Washington in the 80s, or maybe Mason Foster as well. Those guys can go sideline to sideline, but they can also blitz. This guy can do it all.
Buys a little extra time. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in inbounds. Both teams made no secret. They wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. On target over the middle. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up fourth down.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Takes a hit as he fires. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. Makes the grab. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. He's got some space. He's brought down the one to play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
They got the explosive play. Now to finish the deal, it's 1st and 10 from the 12. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Georgia Tech has just had no answers today. You should see what Yellow Jacket greats like Calvin Johnson are saying on social media right now. Talk about unhappy. They're trailing by 14 to Oregon. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back. If anything develops, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. Looking to throw, it's Fry. Scrambling away. Going to try to get it himself. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Steps away to find some room. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run play action. It's complete to the right. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll go with a direct snap. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
They have been running ISOs in football since the beginning of time, right? They want to isolate that linebacker. A lot of times they're going to pull a guard. Great job by the defense seeing it, getting downhill, understanding where the ball's coming, going downhill, attacking it, and getting the big tackle for a loss.
And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Might be changing the route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Complete in the middle. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Pressure coming. Trying to set up the screen. Turning it on. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that.
Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Husky. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 37 yards. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Fry. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gets rid of it. Fires to the big fella. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Need. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Just enough time to get off one more snap. They'll give it to the back. Running into the open space. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's fourth down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Second half just about ready to start, and Houston will kick it off. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
Can't start the second half any better than that. We're trying to come out of the locker room. We're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Texas looks like a bunch of world beaters right now, marching all over that field like Bevo in the pregame. They're up by 24 over TCU. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Men?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes the Houston offense once again. There's still plenty of time, and you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. And the Cougars can really attack on this second and short. Handoff from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Now the play fake. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Man, what a missed opportunity for this defense. They got one chance to get back in this game. Force some turnovers, create some big plays. They're down big. Man, did they need that opportunity.
On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Looking for his man in the middle. And it's hauled in at the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Husky. And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Looking to throw, it's Fry. Get it out to the supersonic guy. There he goes. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to try to return this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Quickly complete. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
And the Huskies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Trying to turn the corner on the left. Breaks into the open. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards too. Nice execution by this offense.
Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick release by the QB. Made a defender miss. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Touchdown, Washington! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Houston, 14. Return goes out of bounds.
The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Fry. Here's the pressure. Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away. There he goes! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off.
29 Philly.
With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points. On to attempt to try. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Fry. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
Are you kidding me? Lucky number 7. He's got 7.